Hey guys, welcome back to Ryan M Outdoors. Doing some landscaping in this video. Went to a landscaping store and bought a bunch of flowers here, and so I'm going to show you where to plant it in our already established raised garden here, and we're going to get the flowers planted. So before we do that though, I wanted to share with you guys the bird feeder and give you a bird feeder update. From my last video, I installed a new bird feeder. I've just been having a heck of a time getting squirrels to stay away from the bird feeder and taking all the food from the birds. But the bird feeder that I have actually has been working. So it's amazing how long I've had bird feed in the bird feeder, and it's lasted probably almost 2 weeks now. So that's a thumbs up for sure. Hit that thumbs up button. So let's go ahead and go over here and look at the bird feeder and check that out. All right, so let's make our way over here to the other side of the raised garden and check out the bird feeder. Check this out. Like I said, it's been about 2 weeks since I filled this up and did my video on it, and it's still probably, I don't know, 1/5 full. And yeah, it'll probably last another couple days, and then we'll have to refill it. But these ports are obviously getting the job done, and also these little perches here keeping the squirrels away when they get on here. I haven't even seen the squirrels try to get on here, maybe once, but yeah, that's definitely keeping them away, so that's definitely a plus. So yeah, thumbs up to this bird feeder for sure. So if you're interested in getting a bird feeder for your backyard, I highly recommend this one. You can see the video to this bird feeder that I did down in the description below, and I'll also leave it right up above here too if you want to check that out. So also wanted to go over here and kind of show you our vegetable garden. That's come along pretty well too. We got a bunch of tomatoes going on. We got big tomatoes and cherry tomatoes, and they're finally here in the month of August starting to get ripe. So we got the cherry tomatoes here. We got some awesome tomato cages built that I built a couple years ago, and we got our big tomatoes here. Got a bunch of big green ones right here on top, and we got some red ones growing down here. So actually just had our first BLTs for tonight's dinner, and that was tasty. Nothing beats homegrown tomatoes, that's for sure. We also have a bunch of marigolds planted here. We got orange, yellow, red, just kind of a mixture of both, kind of on the outside here. It not only makes your garden look really nice, but it also kind of attracts the right insects to your garden to kind of protect the plants a little bit. So I got those going on, and now it's time to figure out where we want to put these plants here in the raised garden bed here. We got a bunch of grasses, native grasses that are planted along the back here, and we like to, everybody has their own preferences for gardens, but in our backyard garden we like to have it symmetrical as much as we can. So as you can see, we have sunflowers growing here. We got different colored grasses alternating, and we got some peonies that bloomed back in May, and yeah, we just got all kinds of varieties of flowers. And so we're gonna use some of these flowers that we got at the landscaping store to kind of intermix with the background grasses. I think it's gonna look really good. So let's go ahead and start placing these and get to digging and just make our backyard garden a little bit more colorful. So let's get to it. Okay, so what we picked out at the landscaping store is we got, these are called cone flowers. We got a variety of different cone flowers. They're really cool. They come in all sorts of colors, but this one is called the Powwow Wild Berry, and these are all perennials. We also got the, what's this one called? This is called the Magnus Cone Flower. A little picture of it there. And then we also grabbed the Prairie Stars Tomato Soup. Kind of fitting with our tomato vegetable garden, that's for sure. But these are really cool. They pop out bright red and really colorful, that's for sure. So if you're looking to get some more color in your garden, highly recommend these. I recommend all these, but those are awesome. Let's see here. We also got something for our corner bed here, where you got permathread butter rum flowers. These kind of grow in a circular shape. And then we also got, this is my favorite, Route 66. I actually have Route 66 planted in our garden bed around the house. I've always liked these, so we got some more of these to plant around the house too. So anyway, that's the variety of flowers that we got, and so we're gonna go ahead and go right into our raised garden here and kind of place them and get them settled. So let's go to digging. So next we're gonna go ahead and place these along the garden here to see kind of where we want it and get symmetrical. We got 2 of each coneflower colors, and we're just gonna kind of place them and see how we like them before we start digging them and get them in the ground. I really think that these flowers are really nice on a corner part of the garden, so we're gonna go ahead and place this right about there. Place this is a Magnus coneflower. We're gonna place that right about there in front of the grass. Okay, next up we're gonna take the Prairie Stars tomato soup, bright red. We're gonna put that on between the sunflowers and the grass, kind of right up in there. Let's see here, what's this one called again? This is the Cheyenne Spirit. It's got a pinkish tint to it. Put that right in between those 2 grasses. All right, and since our established garden is already symmetrical, we're gonna go ahead and do the rest of the flowers just like we did on that end. So we're gonna put this one right in between the peony and the sunflowers. We're gonna actually bring this one up a little bit because it's a little bit shorter. So we're gonna bring that to the front so you can see a little bit better. And we're gonna take this is that tomato soup, Prairie Stars, and put that in between these grasses here. Back to the other Magnus coneflower. And these are pink. Put that on the end, right in front of the grass there. So that's how it's gonna look. Just kind of alternating it between the 2 tall grasses. And I think that's how we're gonna like it. So now we just gotta get out the digging tool and start digging the holes and get them in the ground and water them. Real quick, before we start digging, we do have one more plant to figure out where to put it. This is called the Route 66. It's got yellow petals and it's got red center to it. And it's got a nice red burst to it. And we have one here in the corner here. And it started out this size about 2 years ago, and now it's just ginormous. And what's nice about this is it kind of forms around your landscaping and kind of makes a circle. So we basically have our landscaping bricks kind of circling the corner of this house, and this just kind of forms a natural circle and kind of fills it in and rounds off the corner of your house. So we've really liked it, and it requires full sun, so always make sure when you're planting it to make sure that there's lots of sun and no trees blocking it for shade. You need it in full sun for it to really grow and keep it watered. So they turn out really nice, and they usually bloom around late June, early July, but they're awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and take this on up to the other corner of the house and see maybe where it'll look nice at. I'm thinking probably in between this grass and this other bush that we have. I think maybe we might put it right in there. Now these grow pretty big, so you always want to make sure that you got it further back into your landscaping and not too close to your perimeter, because if you have it too close, then it'll grow over into the grass and kind of get in the way of you mowing. So we're gonna put it back here, and this is actually gonna really pop out amongst the cobble rock that we have put in here about a year ago. You can also see that video on how to put in this cobble rock. I'll put that link and you can check that out. And yeah, I think this will be a good area for it. So we just got to clear out some space with the rocks and dig a hole for it and get it planted, and here in about a year it'll take off and kind of fill in this area. So all right, let's go find the digging tool and get to going. All right, let's go ahead and take out this permathread butter run plant. All right, here's a little tip for you. So whenever you're planting these, always kind of spread out the bottom of the roots and get them loose, so that way they can grow and spread out into the ground that you're planting them into. And we're just going to dig a hole basically the size of the base of the plant, and dig it fairly deep to where this part is right above the ground level of your garden. And we got a bunch of mulch in here too to help keep the moisture with the plant. Okay, now we are ready to put this in here. That is now ready to grow. Okay, let's move on to plant number 2. All right, Magnus coneflower. Get you into the ground here. Get the roots loosened up again. This is Lindsay, my wife. As I'm digging my hole, as I'm getting the depth of it, I just the root ball into the hole just to see if I'm at the right level, because I want the base of the root, the connection of the plant and the root ball to be at the top of ground level in my garden. That way it gets the proper amount of soil for it. All right, that looks about good there. I'll get the dirt back in. And it says that these grow, let's see here, they need to be in full sun. The height is about 36 inches. So just perfect to be right below the height of our tall grass here. All right, moving on. Okay, this is the Cheyenne Spirit. So we're gonna go ahead and get to planting this, and these grow 24 to 30 inches tall. So loosen up the roots and start digging our hole. All right, got all the flowers planted here. Again, these are called cone flowers that we planted, and I don't know, it only took about 20 minutes to plant each one of them after we got them placed. So yeah, very happy with how they turned out as far as the placement goes. So now we just got to get some water on them and let them grow. So we probably won't see the full effect until next year, since we're late here into the summer, but they do bloom in the late summer to early fall, which is usually July, August, and into September. So we'll have some flowers that we can enjoy for this year, but next year will be the real show, if you say so. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this landscaping project that I did, and thanks for tuning in, and hit that like button, and also subscribe if you haven't done so. We do some landscaping videos, also some fishing and hunting, so everything outdoors, that's what this channel is all about. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.